Okay, now we should have sound. Give me a 5x5 if we have sound. Okay, now we have sound. Okay, thank you. Well, I'm sorry. Well, while fidgeting with my phone, I think I got muted. There's a security in a cowboy hat, big cowboy hat. Now, I was saying when I did not have sound that the volunteer ministers have no legal form of existence. It's just a word mark owned by the Religious Technology Center. So like the Sea Org, the volunteer ministers are not any kind of legal organization. It's just a word mark designated by a yellow shirt. There's a slogan called "Something Can Be Done About It," which I was mentioning. What can be done about it is $1 million worth of auditing to find out Xenu can kill people, as South Park talked about, and it'll take $1 million to get rid of your BTs, and that's really what they can do about it. The banner, again, sorry for the lack of sound. Oh, Ted from OPS Security Inc. Okay, now the banner here says Scientology volunteer ministers help headquarters. Scientology and surveys found that people had a big button on help. So help headquarters, not like the Beach Boys with help me Rhonda, yeah, get her out of my heart. Nope, it's help Scientology put billions of dollars into its pocket. So far, this is like unimpressive. So they have like a couple, they don't have a lot of disaster relief supplies. No community is here, is what I was mentioning. No community members are here lined up for help. And that's it. It's like to the parking lot, small area, manned by some elderly Scientologists and some teenagers. And so when looking at them, now there was a Reddit thread which said that Scientologists showed up and stole us half of the emergency supplies, at the Santa Anita racetrack, and those supplies were meant for the survivors of the Eaton fires, which were intense. I think 35% containment on Eaton. But they stole supplies. What Scientology volunteer ministers have done in the past, they've showed up at distribution centers for emergency supplies with their camera crews, and they go to the front of the line where supplies are being handed out. So they show up, take supplies donated by others, because God forbid Scientology should ever pay for anything. During the pandemic, they took out $10 million in PPP loans, even though they have billions of dollars and didn't need it, and then applied for PPP forgiveness. So this form of legal theft and fraud, I don't think they paid for any emergency supplies. Security. Okay, we have one security, two security. That's Sea Org security. And so it looks, like I said, it looks like paper thin PR effort, because you know what, so I read that they were offering people could stay in their hotels, but you had to pay money. So it was an actual free offer. It was like, yes, you can stay in our empty hotels. There's the Continental Liaison Office for the Western United States, Flag Consultants, and Free Winds. Okay, so let's just check it out. Let's see what's going on over at CLO WUS, Western United States, CLO WUS. That's how Scientology Hipster Talk. Oh, we have a cool looking vehicle there. Wow, that's really. And then we have Flag Service Consultants. So if you want to go on the boat for OT8 to find out you're not your BTs and you're ready to find out who you are, Flag Service Consultants and the Free Winds. And what does this say? Uh, Defender, a Land Rover Defender. They don't usually have a lot of badass cars here. That's a badass. You are on private property. Penal Code Section 602. Subject to. How you doing? We have a security guard. How you doing? Just filming. You can watch my live stream, free of charge on YouTube. And so it's a nice afternoon. It's cool. It's about 62 degrees Fahrenheit. And there's, of course, the Advanced Organization of Los Angeles, OT, Advanced Organization of Los Angeles. The Knots Lounge at AO. Who would be there? Who would be there? This is their hotel across the street, of course, where if you come to do courses at AOLA, you would stay there. 4816 Fountain Avenue. AO, Advanced Organization. It is crowded on the streets. Fountain gets very crowded during rush hour. And we're going to cross over. And there's Big Blue. Big Blue looming. Look at how it looms. It just looms. Out on Harvard Way, of course, as I said, you could go bowling here most of the day and you would have no interference. Not in a lot of Publix. How you doing? It's a young man, SEERG member, pushing a container load of frozen body thetans. I guess you have to collect them when they, blow over at AO. Another camera.
Hey, people gonna get mad at you.
Why are they going to get mad at me?
Because they you filming. They get mad all the time. I think that's last night they kicked me out and put the police on me.
I don't care. They can get mad all they want. I'm sorry. I appreciate it. I'll be careful. Yeah. Huh?
They're real mean.
Well, I can handle it, but thank you. I appreciate your concern. They are a malicious cult. Yeah.
Nice day.
You too. Thank you. A concerned citizen. He reported to me that he came here and they called the police on him. Scientology, if you're calling the police on people who show up, you're not welcoming. And again, that's more evidence of your malice toward the public. I could go in the Self-Realization Fellowship, as I noted when I pulled up. I could go there, and I'm welcome there. And take a shot. Scientology. The bridge to total death. It really is. It's deplorable. The landscaping is in good shape. I gotta tell you though, we've had so much particulates in the air, I can feel it in my lungs. Karen and I are maybe 20 miles from the Palisades fire as the wind blows, so there's been a lot of particulates in the air, smoke. So it's been a very intense time in Los Angeles. The Santa Ana winds are up. In this part of town they're not, but they'll gust tonight. They'll pick up. I think the wind warnings go from until about 4 p.m. tomorrow. Being a native Angelino, these were the worst Santa Anas I've ever seen. David Miscavige Station. David Miscavige Way Station. Please clean up after your ecclesiastical leader. Okay. Because there is so much bullshit from that guy. Please clean up after your ecclesiastical leader, Scientology. And we're going to go back around to the community donation center to see what's going on. We're just walking the base. It's actually very tranquil here on the street. don't see much Scientology going on. What's that, Ron? Actually, we are the world's fastest growing religion. No, you're not, Ron. No, Jeffrey. We in Scientology are the world's fastest growing religion. It's proven by actual statistics. Well, how many members do you have? We have 57 million members here just in California. Ron, you don't. No, we do. I've read the reports. I've done the counts. We have 57 million members. Oh, Ron, you're so full of shit. And I want your readers, I want your listeners here on the internet thing to know that Scientology has 57 million members and they're welcome to join. Hey, Ron, what's up with all the structural steel? Well, you see, we have so many members, we had to reinforce the building due to the weight of the 278,000 Sea Org members here at Pac Base. Oh, Ron, you're such a teller of tall tales. Someone would call you a fabulist. Well, it's only the madman who says he's not mad. I agree, Ron. You are quite mad. Where are my cool cigarettes? Aid, where's my cool cigarettes? You know, I should come down here with a pack of cools and smoke and see what happened if I'm approving an LRH brand. They're doing their structural steel. So they're doing some seismic reinforcement on this old Cedars of Lebanon hospital, which they grand opened in 1977. And they I think they did the grand opening on Auditor's Day. And they celebrated all Class 8s. All Class 8 auditors. I was just looking at the article last night. Okay, let's see. No parking Wednesday noon to 3. No parking 6 to 2. No parking. Warning. Oh, look at this sign. Warning. All suspicious persons and activities are immediately reported to our police department. Neighborhood watch. We look out for each other. Okay, so there you go. How you doing? Don't worry, I won't get you on camera. Don't want you to get into an ethics situation. We had a Sea Org member I don't like to put on camera. Don't want to get them in trouble. They're victims. And, well, not all of them. Some of them are perpetrators and predators. And so I think the fires have been devastating. Like I said, and my heart goes out to all the victims. It's big and it's massive, and it's caused a lot of political the political fallout. It will be massive in the state of California. Let me see. Uneven Bright Church of Scientology says, bring your donations to Church of Scientology Los Angeles so they can look like, yeah, they're supplying it. It says all friends of Scientology are welcome. But Scientology has many friends. We have 2.8 billion friends. Oh, Ron, stop it. Yeah, that's what they want you to do. They want you to give them goods that they can distribute. Scientology, you have billions and billions of dollars, and you won't fucking pay for emergency supplies. Why don't you spend some IS money on emergency supplies? God forbid you would spend any of your money when you take it all in. That would be downstat. Hubbard said it would be out exchange. What, Ron? Yes, it would be quite out exchange to give any emergency supplies to WOGs or downstats. So they should give them to us so we can give them back to them. That's Scientology's logic. Donate emergency supplies to us. We'll keep our billions of dollars. Reminds me of this Pink Floyd song, Money. They'll make big dollars from this disaster. You are quite correct, Victor. Hello, 1 Love 51,000. I posted on my blog, Scientology Disaster Capitalism. My prediction is that they're going to make a big push for the purification rundown, sell it between $3,000 to $12,000, and they're going to say all the smoke and toxins, they're going to push the purif in a big way. They're going to do it through front groups. They're going to try to get, they're going to use, if they follow the template of 9/11, they're going to get firefighters in who are shills, paid shills, to do the purif, and they're going to promote the purification rundown like hell, and then try to get government agencies to pay for it. Mark my word, it's up on my blog. It says Tom Cruise, Scientology, disaster capitalism, and I predict based on. So that's why you should go to Scientology Money Project. They're gonna repeat what they did after 9/11, and they're gonna try to sell the purification rundown to say it'll clear your bodies of the toxins from all the fires. And there were a lot of toxins. Like I said, my lungs are hurting from all the particulates and the smoke, and I have to go out and do field work. And at night it's cold. It's been very cold at night. But yeah, the particulates, man, I felt them. I have felt them. Okay. LA Fires Community Donation Center. Now, see, this is where, again, with their billions of dollars, they could buy disaster supplies and give them out. But will they? No. It's always with Scientology. You give us money, you give us supplies, then we're going to use the things you donated to us, and we're going to hand them out to look like we're beneficent. That is such bullshit. That's why the volunteer ministers are a fraud. It's always been a fraud. They've always been ambulance chasers. The Virginia Tech massacre, which was atrocious, a mass shooting, while it was still an active crime scene, Scientology volunteer ministers pitched a tent on the campus of Virginia Tech to great outrage. There's some seagulls up there headed back to the coast for the night. We're in that part of the year when the sun sets, it sets fast. Okay, so now we're going to go back around. You can see, now what's the number one rule of field work? I always tell you count. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have six of the little kiosks or tents. They're not really tents, but six of the little portable tarps set up. Not a lot of emergency supplies. I wonder if some of these came from the Santa Ana Center. You wonder. I might go. Santa Anita could have set up air tags, you know. They might try, but this time the world is watching. Exactly. But just watch them try to sell the Purif. And like I said, it'll be $3,000 to $12,000 depending what the market will bear in given areas. And it will be done by front groups. And Scientology will sell it under different names like Clear Mind, Clear Body. They have a toxic test you fill out. It says, have you ever felt lethargic, a loss of energy? It's these generalized questions. People generally can go through periods where they're tired or they're lethargic. And they say, if you have this going on, you may have accumulated toxins. So they use legal wiggle words to say you may have accumulated toxins. If you answered yes to all 8 questions or 9 questions, then you have accumulated toxins. But they have to do it. They have to legally. So I'm going to post the toxin test on my blog and find out for yourself. Well, I am down here. Open daily, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. I'm a Scientologist, Elizabeth, and Robert's a cinematographer. Boy, they're flashing it fast. Courtney's a writer, and Scientology org stories. They want you to go on and read. This is going by too fast, Scientology. You've got to slow that down. Joe, musician, your music sucks, so does your band. Edward, business owner, your stats are down. Let's see what else. So I'm telling you, if you want drivers to see this, you have to slow down. This is too fast. Too fast. Okay, so anyway, Let's go back to Scientology volunteer ministers help headquarters. Do you need help? Something can be done about it. And I'm getting glared at by a Scientologist. Oh, he just punched that box like he was punching me. Shatter suppression, go for it. He doesn't like this. He's angry, he's upset, he's enturbulated. Possibly enturbulated. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit foul language. A little bit of foul language. There's all their camera gear. See, we got 1 camera, 2 cameras, 3, 4, 5 cameras just on the main line post. See these? So we always count. They've got a fuckload of cameras. Usually I come down here in the evenings, but I wanted to come down today. They have yellow and black balloons. Someone left some trash here. Spicy sweet something. Jack Links. It's a little bit noisy because they are doing pressure washing. Now see, this is a self-defeating thing. If you wanted the community to come by, you wouldn't create an unsafe condition by pressure washing the sidewalk. Okay, so LA Fires Community Donation Center. Now see, setting up a very wet and slippery sidewalk is antithetical to having people come in and feel safe. There's also nowhere to park. I cannot figure out why they're pressure washing. Yeah, let me get in the shade so I can read some stuff. Look up Workable Life Solutions. Osa Hacienda Gardens posing as a wise group. Yeah, I like these comments. The Jack Links jerky is on. Oh, really? The Jack Links jerky is on their Amazon wish list. Oh, let's go back and look at that. Thank you for pointing that out. Okay, the pressure washer. So that's on their Amazon wish list. Let's go back. Now this is the Amazon wish list is again more evidence they don't want to pay for a damn thing. Scientology, if you have an Amazon wish list, you're a bitch. You don't want to pay for a goddamn thing. Okay, so let's just take a look at this. So you're saying this is on their wish list. Why does the volunteer ministers backed by a multi-billion-dollar global religion need an Amazon wish list? That is so slimy. You have billions of dollars and you won't let go of a penny? You expect people to pay for your PR? Give us all this stuff on Scientology having an Amazon wish list. Ron, what do you think of that? I think it's thoroughly disgusting that people are not donating everything to Scientology. We deserve it. We're the only ones who are helping. We're the only ones with a planetary solution. And it would seem that David Miscavige is being transported to the nearby hospital. What's wrong with him? His BT case is an overstimulation due to court matters, which I understand, legal matters. Okay, so this was on their wish list. That's amazing. So they have meat sticks, flavored meat sticks. So they want flavored meat sticks. Wow, snap into a Slim Jim. You betcha. I'll snap into a Slim Jim. Actually, I never touched that kind of processed stuff, but you know, in an emergency, I would. Hey, how you doing?
Hello.
What's up?
How are you?
Good. How about you?
Doing good, doing good.
Yeah, you look good.
I was curious if they, so I went to North Hollywood yesterday to see if they, and actually the city right behind them right behind the building, the city was doing a food drive, but they weren't doing anything. So I was just coming by to go to West Hollywood because I was curious to see about what they were up to. And I think those palletized containers might have been the stuff that they redirected from the Santa Anita racetrack. Because as soon as I said that, security got on the phone, the power washer guy ran out and started the power. As soon as I started,
you know what? That's what I said. I think that the Reddit note said that they took half of the supplies from Santa Anita.
Yeah.
And I'm Jeff Augustine.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Josh.
Yeah, that's right, Josh. Yeah. Josh.
I just called you the other day.
So, we talk, but sometimes we don't see each other that much.
That's true. That's true.
So, Josh, I agree. I think those might be pilfered supplies. I could be wrong. I reserve the right to be wrong. But Josh, what is amazing is the pressure washer started when I pulled up.
Yeah.
But it creates an unsafe, look at this pressure washer. It creates an unsafe condition.
Well, that's what exactly, as soon as I started talking about.
In fact, let's go up there and have a slip and fall accident.
Yeah, right.
Okay, I'm going to walk up. Oh, I bumped my head. I have a slip and fall accident because they're pressure washing. Now, you can't have people safely walking across a wet sidewalk. But what surprised me, they don't want us to get into the, well, I'm going to go up and look anyway. See how much closer?
Yeah, no, I was able to get down to the driveway.
Well, I walked by, but they're telling the guy, pressure watch and get those bitches out of here. Well, these bitches are not leaving. This is just to keep us away.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I'm dressed for it. I'm dressed for weather, so I could, No, but it is...
It's cold.
When Josh and I wanted to film, suddenly they have to pressure wash random... What time is it? Hold on. Let me see. Okay,
I thought they had to be done by 6 or something.
No, it's...
4:30, 4:25.
Okay, 4:25. Suddenly, Scientology gets a big hard-on to pressure wash exactly as Josh and Jay Swift show up. That's my code name, Jay Swift. Goes back to Xenu.net days.
My code name is Spanglish.
Spanglish and Jay Swift show up. Send out the pressure washers. Keep them away.
And of course, nobody's going into the parking lot but their own cars.
No, it's empty.
It's empty. But
let's proceed down.
No, I mean the tents are full, but it's just a show.
Well, there's no public showing up.
Right. It's all that's all palletized. I was able to get it close like that. That's palletized paper towels.
They're paper towels?
Paper towels.
That's it?
And then in these boxes here, they've got clothes. Okay,
so Josh tells me get past the pressure washer. They're pressure washing right where we would film, but it's not going to deter me because rain or snow or sleet, unlike the U.S. mailman. Yeah.
Just brought up a good point. Pressure washing when water is desperately needed to fight fires.
Oh yeah, that's
what a waste of water, Scientology.
Water, and there's even I think it's illegal under LA code to pressure wash sidewalks. I could be wrong. I think in commercial areas, but this is,
Hi, do you want to talk to me about the volunteer ministers? What are you guys up to?
They're trying to help people.
Trying to help people, huh? I'm trying to help people too. I'm telling people about the Aftermath Foundation. You want to talk to me about the Aftermath Foundation?
Yeah. see, this is they've created a dangerous ingress with wet sidewalks, and it is convenient to have a pressure washer around. Oh wait, Josh, we're at the Scientology Volunteer Ministers Health Headquarters.
Yeah.
How do you feel about being at the Health Headquarters?
I mean,
wow.
There's so few people. It's very. There's a lot of headquarters, but there's no staff.
No, and what I was explaining to our listeners is the volunteer ministers don't actually exist legally.
Yeah.
It's simply on the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. It's simply a word mark owned by the Religious Technology Center.
Similar to the Sea Organization. Right?
Exactly. They're just like the Sea Org, no legal form of existence. Church of Scientology, parishioners only. So if it's parishioners only, how can the public go on to get food? Because no oversized vehicle parking. Oh darn! I was gonna bring my aircraft carrier in. I guess they wouldn't let me float it in on the water. But it's underwhelming. They have six little canopies up, and so you were saying they have palletized paper towels.
Yeah, that's in the back. The pallets.
Oh yeah, I got to tell you, in an emergency where you need food and water, paper towels are like way down there on the list.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not going to hurt. I mean, people use paper towels.
Well, as soon as I said something about Santa Anita Racetrack, Captain Hansen here got on the phone.
Oh yeah, yeah, and that, like I said, that's the Reddit thread. I'm putting it up on my blog this evening. So we're at help headquarters here. We're not getting any help at all. I wonder if I went up and asked for a bottle of water, if they would give it to me.
I was actually thinking about going. I was like, you know what? If this is a legit food drive, I should be able to go to Vaughn's and get some gift cards and give them to them.
Yeah.
I should be able to.
Well,
if this is a legitimate.
These guys are grifters. You know, they took $10 million in PPP loans.
Yeah.
Then filed for forgiveness, and that was money needed by legitimate small businesses. Well, we have security watching by and standing by.
When you're ready to go, you can call.
So Scientology will put out a lot of media and try to raise money. The thing is, they're so wealthy, but we, the public, are supposed to donate to them so they can give it out for their PR.
Right.
They're worth billions and they won't spend a damn penny, right?
Right.
So
and they'll file for every
So,
grant they can to
are
get
they-
the free stuff in the city.
Yeah, are they allegedly hijacking paper towels?
Something in there's palletized. I mean, that could have just. But
Yeah.
then they've got all these Amazon boxes full of clothing.
Well, somebody pointed out they have an Amazon wish list.
yeah.
Like, pay for your own damn stuff. I filmed there was a piece of litter up there that was a meat stick, and it said that meat sticks are on their Amazon wish list. Like volunteer ministers asked the IAS war chest to donate a few dollars. I mean, I can't get it. If you're a charity, if you're a 501c3, so we're supposed to donate emergency supplies to them, which they can give out to get PR. So all these people are, so they want it free. They want it on the cheap. Scientology wants everything on the cheap.
Right, because they're a real, quote unquote, real religion that they would come from the faithful as part of it in some way, shape, or form. Either,
Yeah.
you know, either they would be donating the food, but Scientology doesn't have any faithful.
Well, the actual concern, the emergency, is David Miscavige's strategic supply of Macallan Scotch.
Why?
That shouldn't run down. You think they're bringing in emergency cases of Scotch for David Miscavige?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he's got to lay in an emergency stock down at Trementina base. And this is L. Ron Hubbard with an announcement. Scientology now
What's really
is up to
interesting,
250 million members.
You'll just see all they're doing is moving the boxes back and forth.
Yeah, you know,
They're just like
Spanglish brings up a good point. All they're doing is busy work. They're moving boxes from one point to another and then moving boxes again. So it has the appearance of motion, but it's just shuffling boxes from point A to point B and then back again.
It's probably a policy letter that dictates exactly how
Oh
they
yeah,
should,
yeah. L. Ron Hubbard would say, there's a strict policy I laid down in 1962 on a box rotation, and it has to do with the gravity of Earth.
Yeah.
Also on Eventbrite, Marv Ka says, also on Eventbrite, Church of Scientology Disaster Relief Training Seminar. Wow. Courses, assist for illnesses and injuries. Understanding the body-mind connection. Relieving pain and discomfort. I would be relieved of pain and discomfort if the IRS would take their 501c3. No, I went up on the, I went dumpster diving on the Volunteer Minister website today, and they just do these basic assists. Because you know Tom Cruise says,
Oh no, I know about the assists. I'm talking about the training thing.
Oh, the training thing?
That's a new one. Like, and that's a good way to put it. Like mind-body connection. That makes it sound somewhat. Like,
yeah.
It's just new marketing. That's all I was commenting on. Same shit, different package.
Yeah, it is. Well, I walked around. The pressure washer guy. Yeah. You know, I'm gonna let's walk on the other side
Yeah.
of the pressure washer. No, I want to walk this way. Yeah, I have a plan in mind. Excuse me, sir, just walking by. Okay, so we know there's an Arizona plate on the pressure washer's truck. So we will find out who this individual is. Make a note, the generator is emitting excess pollution. It's in bad mechanical shape. We're going to do an inspection on this truck. So they're using a corrosive number 8, which may not be legal in California. Okay, so we have the okay, so the fan belts are exposed. That pressure washer, in my opinion, is in violation of both the safety codes. It doesn't have a shroud around the two pulleys, which is very dangerous. They're using number 8 corrosive. We have the license plate. I believe that vehicle may possibly be engaged in several violations, especially that washer. You can see the belts are open, and the emission controls would not be appropriate for California, in my opinion. So this is where you just collect evidence to see what's going on.
This is like really one of my pet peeves right here.
Right here.
These license plate readers are illegal under California law because they're not posted. The locations aren't posted on the website.
Really?
They don't have a way for you to destroy or delete your data. So these are illegal. But in order to do it, in order to do anything about it, you have to file a civil claim. So
Well,
there's no reporting.
Easy enough to do.
Yeah.
Oh, they were handing out. Okay, so Sweet Liberty. Hi, everyone. I had a Scientologist show up at my door 2 days ago. Bright yellow shirt and handing out face masks and a little baggie of info. I didn't take it. I don't blame you. Well, it's almost. Yeah, they are just moving boxes from one place to another.
Yeah, and then what's funny is they're not even facing the road. Like,
no.
So that this is for them. This is so for the people who can drive onto their property. That's it.
Well, it says parishioner parking only.
Yeah. But then they rent out the space for the hospital too.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get a job at Kaiser and see if I can rent a space in a parking lot.
Yeah. You want to head down? I'm going to head down to the other side.
Sounds
before
good.
I take off. Okay.
It was good to see you.
Good to see you,
I'm
bro.
heading out.
Okay.
Bye. Have a good
Take
one.
care. Stay safe from the Mar cabs.
Yeah.
Okay, so making notes. We're going to go on the other side of L. Ron Hubbard Way, the other side. Oh, gotta watch out here. The pressure washer is not pressure washing, but making a lot of noise. Danger, high voltage. How many auditors versus how many OSA operatives? Fewer auditors, more OSA operatives. Actually, everyone in the church, anyone in the church can be an OSA investigations volunteer. OSA Invest, they call it. OSA Investigations volunteer. I have a list of like a 2008 list that was leaked of all the OSA Western US volunteers with notes about whether they're safe or not. Well, the sun is setting. You can see that the Volunteer Ministry Help Headquarters is pretty deserted, except for volunteer ministers. Here comes the postage. I wonder if they're delivering the 57 million letters that come in every day to Scientology asking for help. A volunteer minister well, I wish there were more activity to report, but man, this is bleak. This is just not much to it. I should go over to Santa Anita or one of the big real centers to show you how the pros operate, not these amateurs. Yeah, that would be a very good contrast to do. Have you, a question, have you ever inquired with Kendrick Moxon if they have any PI contractor positions open? No, I haven't. That would be a conflict of interest. And I wouldn't want, in any event, I would in no way work for Kendrick Moxon, Rick Moxon to his friends. I would in no way work for him, nor would he in no way employ me. Being as we're opposite sides of the spectrum, he working for a malicious cult. No, I mean I can see what you're saying, but yeah, they would turn down my application. There was a minion on the corner. I know there's minions all around. It reminds me of the old Steeler. Yeah, no, I'm not going to go there. An old song. It's remember the old 70s song, Steeler's Wheel? Clowns to the left of me, jokers to the right. Here I am, stuck in the middle with you. And that song was written. If you want to look up, that's an interesting song. But there's that big, beautiful condo project that all the residents can watch Scientology all day long. And then there's another new condo that went in down there. So these new condo buildings, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stories on top, 7 stories with parking, overlooking AO. Pac Base used to be private, but they're building these new beautiful condo units on the adjacent street. And so we'll take one more quick peek around just to see if there's anything. Still, public is not welcome there, but that's to be expected. Yeah, I know. Again, they had an Amazon wish list on their Facebook page. Yeah, that's so weird. That is so weird. Oh, Kendrick Moxon's on. Well, I'm a lawyer for Scientology. Yeah, but what kind of lawyer are you, Kendrick? Mr. Moxon? I wouldn't let you handle a traffic ticket. You know, you're like viewed as a low level. Well, anyway, I'll leave my opinion. Yeah, Steeler's Wheel was a one-hit wonder. Now, there's a bench here. One time during the 2008 anonymous protest, I sat down on a bench to change camera batteries, and I was told, get off our bench. Get off our bench. It's private property. You scumbag SP. Get off our bench. Don't breathe our air. You know, they don't own the airspace they don't own the sidewalks. This must infuriate them to no end, as we know it does. And there's another big, beautiful condo. Someday, I dream of the day when Big Blue is no more and it does a real public service with housing. Or, Kaiser buys it and converts it into a big, beautiful Kaiser facility for real health care, real medical care. I think didn't that used to be Mary Shuttleworth's school? Mary Shuttleworth. I think that used to be her school. It may still be. The signage is not up, but there's Highwood Presbyterian in the distance. This area is mostly hospitals, and the lion, the sad lion who longs for freedom. I know, Kendrick. Ken, don't tell me what I should be doing or should not be doing. I don't tell you what you should or should not do. So, but what are you doing these days, Ken? Are you in semi-retirement, or are you still up to working, hitting it full time? Hi everyone. Oh, hi Style 1A. Whoever was asking about ASHO earlier, yes, this is ASHO. What is ASHO, you ask? It's the American St. Hill Organization. ASHO. Let's go across the street and we'll get a big picture of the American St. Hill Organization, which used to deliver, what is that long-ass course in Scientology? The St. Hill Special Briefing Course. SH, what's the acronym? St. Hill Special Briefing Course. SHSBC. Yeah, you could spit. They used to develop the St. Hill Special Briefing Course, which is one of the longest courses in Scientology, where you literally have to read everything L. Ron Hubbard ever wrote. Let me say, this is L. Ron Hubbard. I think the St. Hill Special Briefing Course is the most vital part of Scientology, and along with the OT levels. Thank you, Ron. The CRPA audit, Peter Anderson says, request revealed that they own all but one property on the boulevard. Do you know which property they don't own? I do not. And that would be a really good Jeopardy question. Which property do they not own? Well, I would get my body thetan detector, and I will go by each property, and the ones that's loaded with body thetans would be the one they do not own. Now, that's a metaphysical smart-ass answer, but I don't know which one they don't own. You would have to go look for scented perfumes, signs of wogdom. Signs of wogdom. So that's a good question. That could be researched, but it's really not worth putting the effort into. But they've tried to basically over the years they have purchased everything on the street. And so I don't know what they don't own. That's a great question. Take a look at lunchtime on the 12th floor of OSA. Great food. They spent $150 a day on food. Wow. Warren, Moxon, Hamill, Treasury, Sex. Yeah, you know, when you're an executive, you get treated well as long as your stats are up. There's their fire escape ladders. And there's a crow on the corner of the building. A crow. A single, that's kind of a nice image. Look at that. There's a single solitary crow up there. Crowing about how bad it is. So I always see these old fire escapes. How would they work in an actual disaster? I don't know. We saw the structural steel on the other side of the building. So they have seismic reinforcements. As I pointed out frequently, all these windows are the old wood frame windows. And, oh, they are playing music now. They're playing music. And, but, you know, you'd think they would re-window just for energy efficiency and appearance, because those windows look like garbage. They really are garbage windows. I would, just out of a sense of pride of ownership, re-window a building. It's not like it's going to cost a lot of money. There's even rebates at time, but look at these garbage wooden frame windows. I get after them all the time at the Scientology cult about these crappy windows, some of which have blown out during high Santa Ana winds. I learned that from a former Sea Org member who was in charge of facilities. He had to change the, he had to clean bathrooms, that was Jason, and he had to replace light bulbs, and sometimes when there was no money for it, he had to pay out of his own pocket. So they even make Sea Org members donate. Yeah, those windows are really in bad repair. They're cracked, peeling. The wood's in bad shape. Yeah, this is some wood rot. When the window clearly has wood rot and pretty junky windows. I wouldn't be proud of such a building where AO has much better, well, actually they could use new windows too. I think this hotel, they re-windowed because it can get very noisy. So for the publics, they'll re-window to keep it quiet so they'll be sessionable. Being sessionable in Scientology means you've eaten, you've slept, you haven't drank alcohol in the last 24 hours, and of course you haven't used LSD. But that could make your sessions more vivid, of course. An OT session would be a lot more vivid if you took LSD, I think. That's just my opinion. I've never touched LSD, but from what I've heard, yeah, the planners, I've heard that they're illegal, but apparently the city does nothing. Boy, that's dry. That is really dry. They're not watering them, I'll tell you that. Like, what's the point of having planters? Yeah, that's really dry. The vegetation, look at that. Look at the rot on those leaves. Very poorly maintained. Look at the dead seed pods. These are very poorly maintained. Yeah, look at theirs. Even looks like there could be some mold. They're not taking care of these planter boxes at all. You see some mold and rot. This one looks a little bit better, but it's still, they need to clean out. Yeah, these are not taken care of. I'm sorry. Look at that. Scientology, you're going to have to do better with your vegetation. Tumbleweed planters. Yeah, that's a good name for them. Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you. So they reported the matter, and then it got into the city, and nothing's happened. That's typical. It'd be low on the enforcement. This bracket here, they had an uplighter that is missing. That's a fallen trip hazard. Ken Moxon, let's get rid of that fallen trip hazard. Let's keep the public safe. This light here has fallen over. Hopefully it's not energized. Look at that. This is another safety hazard, another fall and trip hazard. So when the light's on, it's going to be energized, and I think they're on a timer. So you're going to have an energized 120 volt direct feed. There's a rusted bracket. Not good. A cigarette butt on the ground. That cigarette butt in some way is a metaphor for all of Scientology, a cast off of a bygone era, still fighting to be relevant. Unsightly. Unsightly. If I were running a 5-star, like developer Rick Caruso would never allow that on his properties. Would never allow that on his properties. You wouldn't see that at Americana or any of the other Mr. Caruso's other properties. So you can see the sun is setting, making the blue a little bit pink. And you know, when you go a little bit to the south and you get above, because this is down. When you go a little bit to the south, the Scientology signs level with the road because the land goes upslope south of here. So it's just interesting. You can see the Scientology sign low on the ground when you're going down Vermont. Palm trees in the distance. We're not seeing any smoke today, but there is particulate matter. You can feel that. So I was wearing N95, but it still was very heavy. So again, much ado about nothing, but they will use it in publicity. This is why it's so important for protesters, activists, former members, everyone to document and show reality versus what they say. This planter box is the tomb of is it L. Ron Hubbard's tomb? No, it's not. He was incarcerated. I'm sorry, cremated. Get my words wrong. But this should be a tomb for the unknown Scientologist. I think it's sad, not much to it. Okay, well, so you now have first-hand documentary evidence. Safi's restaurant is a real happening place. It's always busy. Again, I remind you, ecclesiastical leader way station, please clean up after your ecclesiastical leader. So they give you a little plastic bag to clean up little Davy Miscavige's bullshit. Please clean up after your ecclesiastical leader. And someone has to. Someone, oh, look at that car. There's a coffee cup on the car. Don't you hate when that happens? You leave your coffee cup on the car and then you take off, and there goes your Starbucks. That's just forgetfulness. But it's better than leaving like an infant on top of the car and taking off, or your copy of Dianetics on the car and driving off. So the horseshoe, nothing happening at the horseshoe. Excuse me. And again, there's the structural steel where they're doing seismic reinforcement on the property. We're on what were you saying earlier? Yes, we're reinforcing the property to house all 278,000 Sea Org members here to help support the 57 million Scientologists in the greater LA area. Oh, Ron, you're so full of shit. Oh, there. Thank you for posting that. High sea banditry. High sea banditry. Oh, they have some orange safety cones over there in the horseshoe. There's the generator room. I think that's where they build. I think that's where they charge all the body thetans in the generator room. I think. I'm just saying. I'm not a scientist. I don't have a PhD in Scientology. Hubbard used to give them out through Sequoia University. You could be a doctor of Scientology in the 1950s when everyone was calling L. Ron Hubbard Dr. Hubbard. If you read the 1950s literature, he's always Dr. Hubbard. Look at that pinkish glow. The pinkish glow as the sun sets on Eldon Rubbard Way. As the sun sets, we get a beautiful patina of light coming off the cult edifice. Oh, that top window. Do you see that top window? Top left? It's boarded up. The whole thing is boarded up. I wonder what the story is there. That's a big oversized window. It's boarded up. I wonder if it was once a door. I don't know. That's kind of weird. I never noticed that. The thick foliage. The thick foliage. Warren McShane, come out of there. I know you're hiding. Coming out, Warren. Coming out. I know you're hiding in there. Coming out. Drop your e-meter and come out with your hands up. The birds of paradise. These are nice photos to just get to see the architecture. And that's not cheap to put in that kind of steel. I can see some cracking. Let's look at that up close. You can see some cracking above that one steel member. Yeah, there's some definite major stucco cracking. I wonder how extensive the damage is and who's doing the reinforcement. If who's doing the reinforcement of that tower. But it shows they want to extend the useful economic life. A building like this, I think, would have a 140-year useful economic life. I believe that's the number in LA. I could be wrong. Are they still actively trying to serve DM? Well, I don't know. I know that his stewards are actively trying to serve him his puree of chicken soup. For all deliveries that require a signature, comma, push the intercom button. Deliveries here. So if I were to donate to their Amazon wish list, this is where it would wind up. I'm glad Scientology actually has such clear instructions. Push the intercom button. Push the intercom button. But then there's a control panel, so you have to push the intercom button. Now here's a package drop-off. No, it says, a package drop-off. No food, please. No food. So you can drop off packages, but no food. Please, do not drop off food. And there's their keypad. Security lock. Warning, Scientology can cause serious injury or death. So can this gate. Scientology may move at any time without prior warning. Yeah, you could just substitute, we are going to have the gate open. I have to clear, because the gate can move suddenly without serious warning. See? I'm glad I listened to the safety sign. I listened to and obeyed all posted safety signs, and as a result, I did not perish on today's inspection tour. Please follow all posted safety signs. There's the bodies going out. All the people who didn't make it today. That's the, let's see, that would be the 6 p.m. morgue run. So all the SEERG members who died today and all the public died in session. That's the 6 p.m. daily morgue run where they take the bodies to, oh, there's more supplies back there. Canned beverages, Coca-Cola, carbonated beverages, cardboard. So the 6 p.m. morgue run, all the Thetans that didn't make it and dropped their bodies today, they run them to the morgue at 6 p.m. each day in their refrigerated truck. Or at least that's what I think. That's what I think. Yeah, it is cracked from the middle of the top. Yeah, you can see that structural. Yeah, the stucco was gone. So there's some damage here. They have this closed up. Now let's go back. Here's another view of it, of the damaged sections. So any of you who are structural engineers, please feel free to comment. Over yonder, you can see the microwave towers, the microwave dishes. Those are direct line of sight to the HGB. direct line of sight to OSA headquarters. And then they have line of sight. It's called Mile High Communications. You can check it on my blog, Scientology Menu Project. But the Mile High Communications is a line of sight microwave communications between Scientology facilities. Scientology Media Productions is down the street. And so that's their microwave array. And then that's structural reinforcement. I'm just pausing on it, so if you're a structural engineering type. Yes, it's true. Warren, Moxon, Hamill, and their money gal eat very best food. They do. They do. Question, Jeopardy question, what are mid-rats in Scientology? It's a word borrowed from the military. What are mid-rats? See how well you guys know. Mid-rats. Okay. We're going to wait for an answer on what are mid-rats. David Miscavige smokes cigars, gets chauffeured in an Escalade. Yeah, it's a bulletproof, blast-proof, heavily armored Escalade. In Portland, when he opened there many years ago, they had 2 Escalades. And the reason for that is you wouldn't know which Escalade David Miscavige was in. That's often done with, for high security, you run 2 vehicles, just like the President of the United States, POTUS. Often you'll see 2 Marine One helicopters flying, and you won't know which one. And I saw that before. When years ago, when President Clinton was in town, they were flying 2, and I had a spectacular view of the whole thing, including the Apache escorts. It was quite impressive. So this is the usual. You don't belong here. Get out. Another view of the structure. I don't see any steel there. I can see some cracks up on the structure. Now there's a bracket hanging off a window. I don't know what that is going to do. And then the stairwell, that goes down into the dungeon and the morgue. So all the Sea Org members who don't make it, they prepped them down there, and then they will, oh look, there's a little wench. A little wench. I don't know what the wench is for. To wench up David Miscavige, I don't know. High quality Los Angeles Department of Water and Power work. Even though they're going to have some explaining to do on that empty 111 million gallon reservoir up in the Palisades. Boy, the local LA political scene and in California in general is so intense over everything that went wrong in the wildfires. These devastating wildfires, it is so intense. So Scientology, being disaster capitalists, mark my word, as I was saying, they're going to market the Purification Rundown under many different names, businesses, front groups, as the answer to purify your body. And it's a dangerous, you take, of course, very high doses of niacin. David DM has a concealed carry. Oh, you did answer the question. Midnight rations. Yes, that are mid-rats. Midnight rations. So when you're up all night, pulling an all-nighter, that you get to eat mid-rats. You get to eat at night mid-rats. Very good. You win the prize, which is just recognition of your superiority. So David Miscavige, I wasn't surprised if he has a concealed carry weapon permit. Yeah, no kidding. Wenches are for fun. Ask Hamill. She worked as a hook. That's funny. A clever word play. Hello. Now we're in January in Los Angeles. Look at these beautiful roses. Wow. That's unexpected to see some beautiful roses. Now they planted these bushes. They didn't used to be here, but to keep people from camping, that's what they're doing. So, well, there you have all that's fit to see at the LA Fires Community Donation Center, which apparently is being supplied by an Amazon wish list, and the alleged liberation of supplies from other legitimate relief organizations. And wow, it's nice to see flowers in the middle of winter. So Jeffrey Augustine, we're finishing our report live from Pacific Base. You can see the palm trees of Sunset Boulevard. And I'm curious about things that Scientology won't answer for. They will not answer for. Now look at this parking, a Range Rover. Look how close they are. You should have a little bit more space than that. That's parked very close. Oh, she's over the line. Okay, so the volunteer ministers look like they're going to be here for a while. They'll probably stay, and the night's getting cold. Thank you for tuning in. Any questions before I leave? Thorny bushes on easements are not allowed. I did not know that. Well, that's another point to report. I did get the license plate of the guy from Arizona doing the pressure washing. I did note the corrosive agent he's using to clean. I'm going to check the OSHA rules, do some other investigation research as a blogger, and to see what's going on. Let me see this. Online plus Uber. So there's a scooter. Yeah, they're not, nothing's changed. The public is not clamoring for Scientology. L. Ron Hubbard, any final words? Yes, I suggest to everyone in your entire audience that they should buy a copy of my book, Dianetics, and learn about their reactive minds. Okay, well, there you heard it from Hubbard. Learn about your reactive mind. By the way, did I tell you I get a royalty? Even though I'm dead, I still get a royalty on every copy. And it's sent to me by Telex here on Target too. Well, there you go. Aaron Hubbard saying, buy a copy of Dianetics, learn about your reactive mind, and something can be done about it. And what can be done about it is we'll take money from everyone and anybody. And the Amazon wish list, I think that's a great thing that Scientology doesn't have to pay for any of this, because we need our money to clear the planet. And by the way, you're all in danger as long as you're in your reactive mind. Time is not your friend. Well, there you heard it from Ron. Time is not your friend when you're in the reactive mind. Buy a copy of Dianetics. And if you need paper towels, apparently they have a lot here. So there you go. And we'll be signing off from Pack Base. Thanks for watching.